Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narrative, stopping them from rewriting their history, guys. Right? Stopping the excuses. It's all it's about is excuses out here. All I hear is excuses, man. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, man. How the LeBron James fans, they never expect LeBron James to overcome, man. They never expect him to overcome, man, right? And raise up against adversity. They never expect that. So what do they always say for LeBron James? They make excuses and they say, oh, he was playing against this team, right? Yeah, LeBron James was the underdog, right? They never held LeBron James to that standard or expect him to overcome his obstacles, right? Overcome those hardships. Never. But they'll talk about Michael Jordan couldn't beat the Pistons or Michael Jordan was losing to the Celtics, right? We're going to talk about this video, guys. So the LeBron James fans, they're a weird group of people, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly humbled by all the support, man. It means a lot. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about the LeBron James fans and how they never hold LeBron James to the standard. And they never expect him to overcome adversity, to raise his level of play, right? Like I said, to overcome the odds. They never expect him to do these things. They never held him to that kind of standard. So that's what I've noticed, especially over that last live stream with Gilbert Arenas, man. You know, he pretty much confirmed, man, all my suspicions about these LeBron James supporters. Once again, they hold him accountable for nothing. They hold him to no standard, guys. They do not. But then they'll talk about Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan losing to the Boston Celtics in 1986 or in 87, or Michael Jordan losing to those Pistons those several years. They'll actually hold that against Michael Jordan, which I have no problem of people doing that because Michael Jordan himself held that against himself. This is what we talk about when it comes to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan did not blame people. He did not blame Scottie Pippen or Horace Grant or Phil Jackson or Doug Collins. He didn't blame anybody. He didn't blame Jerry Reinsdorf or Jerry Krause. He didn't blame the fans. He didn't blame injuries. He didn't blame anything. What did Michael Jordan always say? He always said the same things. We need to get better. We're not on that level yet. We have work to do. That's all it was about for Michael Jordan, getting better, the improvement, the journey, man. Going through that grind. Michael Jordan appreciated that grind. Not LeBron James, and definitely not LeBron James fans. This is why they'll always excuse LeBron James for losing to the Golden State Warriors. What do they say? Oh, LeBron James playing against a super team. No, LeBron James was playing on a super team, going against a super team. Stop trying to make it seem like LeBron James was always the underdog. All the odds were against LeBron James. Because this is what I'm talking about. Even if you want to say the odds were against LeBron James at this point in time or at that point in time in his career, then why can't LeBron James, if he's one of the greatest of all time, if he really is the greatest basketball player in the history of the game, how the hell can't this man ever overcome the odds? Why can't he never overcome the odds? You point to one time in LeBron James' career where he overcame the odds. And don't talk to me about the 2016 NBA Finals when they were down 3-1. That was not overcoming the odds, because I'll ask the LeBron James fans a simple question. Why the hell were they down 3-1 in the first place? Why? LeBron James on his super team, and the 2016 Warriors were not a super team. There was no Kevin Durant there. LeBron James had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love there. And a host of other solid veteran role players, man, on that team. That was a solid team around LeBron James. And they were down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors? Why was that? Because LeBron James, right, the lack of leadership, right? And they came out flat those first couple of games. And they were down quickly 2 games, and they were blowouts, man. They were getting beat by like 30 points. Why is that? Huh? The Cleveland Cavaliers, they were the favorite to win the title going into that season, guys. Even though the Warriors were the defending champions, the Cavaliers were the favorite again. They were the favorite in 2015. They were the favorite in 2016, guys. Everyone was picking the Cavaliers to win, but somehow, some way, they were underdogs or they were against the odds. LeBron James was up against the odds. No, they were down 3-1, no doubt about it. But whose fault was that? Due to LeBron James' lack of play, lack of leadership, right? Galvanizing and making the players around him better. And then Kyrie Irving coming there and saving the day in those last 4 games. But LeBron James never had to overcome any odds. What odds did LeBron James overcome? He never overcame. They'll keep talking about LeBron James had to go against the 2008 Boston Celtics. Did he overcome those odds? No, he never overcame the odds. So essentially, every time that LeBron James was up against some kind of stiff opposition, LeBron James didn't come through. He never came through. This guy was always losing to teams that he should have never lost to. And then once again, quitting. When things got tough, LeBron James quit. He lost in 2009 to the Dwight Howard Orlando Magic. That's not an all-time great team. The Cavaliers were the favorite to win that series, but they lost that series. LeBron James not overcoming the odds. Never having to raise up, right? Look at the numbers. Look at the games when you watch the video footage. In a lot of these series, they give LeBron James passes, though, because it goes both ways for LeBron James. What will they say? Oh, LeBron James put these numbers up in this series. But then when you watch the video footage, what do you see? LeBron James making bonehead plays at the end of these games, right? Not being a clutch time performer, right? Not showing the leadership, not playing any kind of lockdown defense. Then guys go right past him. So you look at that 2009 series against the Orlando Magic, right? And you might look at LeBron James' numbers and say, man, LeBron James was out there doing his thing. And then you'll point the finger to what? His teammates. This is what they always do. But if you watch the actual games, what you'll notice is LeBron James had no answer for Hedo Turkoglu. He couldn't slow this man down. He couldn't lock him down on defense. They'll tell us he could guard 1 through 5. He couldn't stop Dwight Howard. I didn't see LeBron James guarding Dwight Howard. Couldn't stop Rashard Lewis. None of these guys. So not only did you might have put some numbers up, but once again, a lot of these numbers were in garbage time. And a lot of these numbers had no impact because you were not stopping your man from scoring. You weren't doing anything out there. And you weren't galvanizing your teammates. You weren't getting the most out of these guys. So your team underperformed. They underachieved. And you were bounced out of there, even though the Nike commercials were you and Kobe Bryant, because you were supposed to meet Kobe Bryant in the finals. But LeBron James fans will always give LeBron James an excuse, always point to some funky finger at somebody else, always hold something or someone else accountable. They'll never say LeBron James should have raised up, should have got the most out of his teammates, should have, like I said, locked down on defense, man. Because those numbers that LeBron James put up probably would not have been the same if he was playing that hard-nosed defense, giving that max effort, trying to slow down some of these other guys. Right? He couldn't shut down Andre Iguodala in 2015. He let Andre Iguodala come in there and destroy the whole finals for him. They were up 2-1. They were in control. Steph Curry was not playing out of this world. The Warriors had won nothing up until that point. LeBron James had all the championship experience. He was supposed to be the best player in that series on the court. Up 2-1. Yeah, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love might went down. Once again, where are you raising your level of play? The 2015 NBA Finals would have been a moment for LeBron James to point and say, look what I did. These guys went down, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and I was still able to lead the team to victory. Leading guys like Dellavedova and Mozgov, Tristan Thompson. Not pointing at having your fans point the finger at these guys as the reason why you lost. Why didn't you raise up? Raise up your level of play. Overcome the odds. Show and prove you're one of those great players that everyone says you are. But LeBron James didn't do that. So Steve Kerr brings Andre Iguodala, and Andre Iguodala proceeds to double his scoring output while guarding LeBron James. LeBron James can hold Andre Iguodala to 7-8 points a game. The man averaged 16. A bench player. That's not LeBron James overcoming, man, and raising up. We all know Michael Jordan would have taken the challenge on the defensive end. On the defensive end. It's not about Michael Jordan scoring 40 points against Andre Iguodala and having all these great shots. Andre Iguodala is a solid defensive player. It's not about that. It's about Michael Jordan taking the challenge on the defensive end. Not allowing Andre Iguodala, a bench player, to come in and have an impact. He allowed Iguodala to have an impact, so much so, he won the Finals MVP. Think about that. On LeBron James, when they were up 2-1, lost 3 games straight. LeBron James missed all kinds of game winners at the end of these games, all kinds of shots, all this stuff. LeBron James never overcome the odds. Did he overcome any odds in Miami? He didn't overcome any odds in Miami. His team was a super team. They were the favorite every year, and still somehow he found a way to only go 2 out of 4. He still went 50%. Even though his team was the favorite, They were the super duper team. Still lost in 2011. Still lost. Did he overcome 2011? That would have been another opportunity for him to overcome. Here your team is up 2-1. All of a sudden now, you're playing like crap. Your team is down now 3-2. Did LeBron James overcome and shake out of it and start locking down on defense, take the challenge, and shut down a Dirk Nowitzki? Make Dirk Nowitzki work and earn it. Not allow Dirk Nowitzki to take over and dominate the way he did. Nope, LeBron James couldn't do that. And what will LeBron James fans do? They'll blame Eric Spoelstra. Oh, it was Eric Spoelstra. He got out-coached. They'll blame the zone defense, and Michael Jordan never had to go against the zone. This is what people say about this. These are the excuses. Right? They're always blaming something. Then they're putting the finger at LeBron James. Never. Once again, I told you guys, not having to overcome any difficulties, any odds. He had a chance to overcome, couldn't do it. Instead, he's busy making fun of Dirk Nowitzki in the finals, coughing, being the front runner. This is LeBron James throughout his career. He was a front runner. He's a front runner. All his titles are front running titles on his super team. No odds overcome in Miami. Didn't come overcome any odds in Miami, man. I don't want to hear nothing. It's a joke, man. The championship against the Spurs, you should thank Ray Allen for that one. Once again, his teammates coming through, Bosh getting the rebound, Ray Allen knocking down the shot, right? Knowing where he was in the court, stepping back behind the three-point line, all in one motion. Once again, Chris Bosh getting the rebound and immediately knowing who to give the ball to. Not give it back to LeBron James, but get it out to a guy who can shoot. These are all plays that helped them get to that Game 7. No odds overcome. Once again, the Miami Heat were the favorites, man. They were the favorites going into that season. They were the back-to-back defending champions. They were the defending champions. Right? And the same thing the next year when they lost to the Spurs. They were the back-to-back defending champions. And what happened? They got crushed out there in spectacular fashion. Right? One of the biggest deficit in NBA Finals history. It's a joke, man. LeBron James has never had to overcome the odds. But LeBron James fans will talk about Michael Jordan losing when the odds were stacked against him. Stacked against him. But Michael Jordan was supposed to win in those series by himself on a team that he wasn't manipulating or handpicking. He was actually grinding his teammates, right? Pushing these guys to become better, right? The old-fashioned way. Earning it the real way, right? More organically. This is why it mattered that much more, that first championship. This is why it mattered that much more. Look at Michael Jordan's reaction versus LeBron James' reaction in the first championship, guys. The reaction says it all. It's a completely different reaction, right? Michael Jordan, it was almost like a sigh of relief he was letting out. Almost like, my God, man, I can't believe we finally did this, because it never looked like they were ever going to beat the Pistons. They were ever going to crack through. Remember, there were other teams that were supposed to be before the Bulls. The Cleveland Cavaliers were supposed to be the next team up. Into the late 80s, into the 90s, it was supposed to be the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, Larry Nance, right? Coached by Lenny Wilkins. They were supposed to be the next team up. They were a formidable team. They had very good players. Like I said, you were coached by a very good coach, an all-time great Hall of Fame coach. They were supposed to be the next team up. But Michael Jordan's Bulls had other ideas. This goes to Michael Jordan's Bulls overcoming, raising their level of play. 1989, that was the Bulls raising their level of play. They weren't supposed to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round, but somehow they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time. Also beating a New York Knicks team that they had no business beating, that I believe was the number 3 seed that year. Once again, overcoming. Remember, they were the only team to beat the Pistons in 1989, the Chicago Bulls. They were the only team to beat them at all. And they beat them 2 games. They were the only team. No other team beat that team. I told you guys in 1991, the Lakers were the favorite to win that title, guys, over the Bulls. Most people were picking Magic Johnson's Lakers due to the experience and the savvy of the Lakers. They had been there. Byron Scott, James Worthy, Magic Johnson, AC Green. They had guys with experience. The Bulls had 0 experience, guys. Not one player on that team had ever been in the NBA Finals. Not one. But what happened? Michael Jordan overcame the odds. Remember game 3, guys. I always tell you guys about game 3. The series was tied 1 game apiece. The Bulls were down by 2 points and Scottie Pippen fouls out. There's 9 seconds in the game. And Michael Jordan, the Bulls have the ball. They inbound the ball to Michael Jordan, and he drove the length of the court and hit a jump shot over the outstretched hands of Vlade Divac to send the game to overtime. If he does not make that shot, which to me is probably the most difficult and clutch shot that he's ever made in his career, to me, if he does not make that shot, remember, this is his first NBA Finals, guys, his first Finals. The Bulls go down 2-1 with the next game in LA. All the pressure's against them now. Michael Jordan hit that shot and then led them to the win in overtime. He didn't make excuses. He didn't cry and moan to Scottie Pippen on the bench and yell at him for fouling out and leaving him all alone out there. No, he took on the challenge. He overcame the odds. He overcame them. The LeBron James fans keep telling you about 2017 and, oh, he was going against Super Team Warriors. Michael Jordan never had to play a team like the Warriors. What does that even mean? He never played a team like the Warriors? That doesn't make any sense. No, he never played against Steph Curry or Kevin Durant because they weren't in the NBA when he played. LeBron James never had to play against Charles Barkley in the NBA Finals. He never had to go against Magic Johnson in the NBA Finals. Don't tell me about the Golden State Warriors with soft Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, who's been inconsistent in the NBA Finals at best, man. And I like Steph Curry. There's no knock on him, but the dude's been inconsistent. You lost a Finals MVP to Andre Iguodala, and people can say whatever they want about he shouldn't have gotten it or he should have gotten it. The fact is he didn't get it because it was still close enough. Once again, what was the difference in that series? They were losing 2-1 before Andre Iguodala came in there. So I don't want to hear about Michael Jordan never faced a team like the Warriors. LeBron James never went against a team like the Detroit Pistons in his own conference, let alone the finals. He never had to go against a back-to-back champion. The Detroit Pistons were going for 3 championships in a row. LeBron James ain't never had to come close to playing a team like that in his own conference. LeBron James never played a team like the New York Knicks of the early 90s. LeBron James never had to play against a Karl Malone and John Stockton. Did he ever go against someone like a Gary Payton or a Sean Kemp? No. And all these guys that Michael Jordan went against in those finals, these guys were at the peaks of their powers, the primes of their careers. These weren't young guys in their first or second, third year. This wasn't guys at the ends of their careers in their last legs. These guys were in prime MVP caliber shape. Either they had won MVPs, they had won MVP that season, or they were in MVP conversations and when they played. Gary Payton was at the peak of his powers. Sean Kemp, the peak of his powers. Karl Malone, John Stockton, the peaks. Karl Malone was in the midst of winning 2 MVPs in 3 seasons. Charles Barkley, peaks of his powers. Clyde Drexler's best season of his career, 1992. Magic Johnson coming off of 2 straight MVP awards and a runner-up that next season in 91 finals. These guys were playing at all world levels. He didn't get a young Oklahoma City Thunder team, but these guys are 20, 21 years old. He didn't get an old Tim Duncan at the end of his career. He didn't get a Miami Heat team in 2020 with guys like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, who weren't even out there for all the games. All injury team, a number 8 seed. Michael Jordan never had the luxury of playing a number 8 seed in the NBA Finals. That was LeBron James, though. Never having to overcome the odds. Who did he beat in the finals that he overcame? Once again, don't talk to me about 2016. They should have never been down 3-1. Their team was the better team. They were the guys that were the favorites coming into that season, guys. Once again, LeBron James so great. Why is your team always the underdog then? It don't add up, guys. You know why? Because LeBron James never overcomes the odds. He never overcomes. He never raises up. So why would people bet? Why would they bet in favor of LeBron James? He wasn't Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan overcame the odds. He raised his level of play when it mattered most. He made plays. He closed out games. He galvanized the teammates. Right? He was a true competitor. LeBron James fans never hold LeBron James that standard, but they want to compare him to Michael Jordan and some of the other all-time greats that were true competitors, that went out there, that raised their level of play, that overcame the odds. They didn't stack the deck in their favor and then all of a sudden cry and moan about the odds. 2018, LeBron James carried these bums to the finals. No, LeBron James had no one in the Eastern Conference to stop his team. All that does is expose the weakness of his conference. He's not making the finals in Michael Jordan's Eastern Conference with any of these teams, man. Could you imagine LeBron James teams, even the Miami Heat, going against Michael Jordan's Bulls? Stop it right now, man. It would all come down to Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And we all know LeBron James would shrink. And LeBron James teams always fold up when it matters most because LeBron James is not a real leader. And he would never be able to stand to a Michael Jordan. He would never be able to. He couldn't even stand to Kevin Durant. He couldn't even stand to Kevin Durant in the 2017 NBA Finals. We can say whatever we want about 2018. 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they should have been in that game, in that series. They could have won that series. There's nothing special about the 2017 Warriors, guys. We've talked about this. Kevin Durant is a soft, fragile, sensitive dude, man. He's a front runner. And he was able to front run on LeBron James in those finals because LeBron James is not a true competitor. He didn't take the challenge like Michael Jordan would have, or Kobe Bryant, or Tim Duncan, or Larry Bird, or Bill Russell. They would have taken the challenge. Hakeem Olajuwon, Jerry West. They would have taken the challenge. They would have stepped up. They would have guarded Kevin Durant. LeBron James didn't want none of Kevin Durant. Wanted nothing to do with him. Dude, he was switching screens every chance he could, ducking every opportunity. Once again, focusing on his numbers, not on the substance, the defense. Once again, his fans not hold him to that standard. What do they say? Oh, LeBron James playing against the Super Team Warriors, man. Michael Jordan had to play against the Warriors. He didn't have to play against the Warriors. You got to be kidding me right now. You have to be kidding me. Once again, making excuses for LeBron James, downplaying Michael Jordan's competition to lift up LeBron James and what? Excuse his losses. See, once again, they'll say that Michael Jordan only won because he didn't play anybody. So essentially what they're saying is Michael Jordan needed to lose to prove that he played somebody. Think about how stupid that sounds. LeBron James only went against stiff competition because he couldn't beat these guys. That's why he went against the greatest competition of all time, because he couldn't beat them. Don't add up, guys. You're not holding LeBron James to that standard. This is the LeBron James fans, guys. You guys know the deal. Michael Jordan had to overcome the odds. This is why Michael Jordan's respected that way. He overcame the odds, man. He grinded through. He didn't run away. He didn't make excuses. He took the accountability. LeBron James still pointing fingers, man. 21st season, still pointing fingers at people. And we all know this next upcoming season, they're going to be pointing fingers all over the place. Pointing the finger at J.J. Redick. They're going to be pointing the finger at Bronny James. They're going to point the finger at this guy, pointing the finger at that guy. You guys know the deal, man. LeBron James fans, they never hold this man accountable. They never expect him to overcome the odds. They want to talk about LeBron James, the greatest of all time, but then at the same time, they give him all the excuses. He never has to overcome. Right? He never has to overcome the odds. You're going against great teams, you're going against great competition. That's what makes you a champion. That's what makes you a competitor. Like, LeBron James fans expect all of his teams to be the favorite. He has to have the favorite. He has to be the favorite every time. It's the only way he can win is if his team is so much greater than the odds. So much greater than his competition. Everything has to go right for him. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.